What's up, everybody? My name is Jocelyn Conley, pelvic floor physical therapist. And in this video, I am going to teach you about laughing and talking so that you are improving your pelvic floor function rather than holding back your pelvic floor healing. Why this is important? Well, a lot of you come in to see myself and my teammates for pelvic floor issues like associated with prolapse or painful intercourse or something else related to the length of your pelvic floor muscles. And we give you things to work on to improve your pelvic floor mobility. And sometimes you're like, well, am I going to have to do this all my life? And the answer is it depends, because if you were to do things to improve your pelvic floor flexibility, in isolation. So let's say you're using a wand, or you're doing breathing techniques, or you are coming in for stretching, and you are also coming in for fascia work to your abdominal wall, your back, other places. If you're moving and doing your everyday necessities in life, and the way that you're doing it is creating too much shortening of those muscles, you may be holding back your progress. So what are some things, I have no time in life, like all of you guys. So what are some ways to basically incorporate movements such that you are not counteracting your progress, but actually facilitating or enhancing your progress? And that is talking and laughing. So the other day, not the other day, but the past few weeks, or ever since my colleague Melissa had talked about this, this has been on my mind, because she had said that she was laughing inwardly. So what does that even mean? So when she was laughing, it was it was like her abdominals, she was getting tighter and tighter as she laughed. I'm like, I do that all the time. And not only do I do that with talking, but I talk a lot. Not only do I do that with laughing, but I do it with talking. So right now, if you see my abdominals, and if I keep talking, you're gonna see more definition, because I'm shortening. If you've seen me in person, you've likely heard me talk about poop at some point. And you've likely gotten the video about pooping. And basically it follows along this recommendation, because basically what we want in pooping is the pelvic floor muscles to elongate. But if we are pushing and our abdominals are shortening, that's actually facilitating closing, like you're trying to poop against a closed door, versus if our belly's going out and our abdominals are lengthening, then our pelvic floor is going to lengthen because they're teammates. So talking and laughing follow the same thing. So as I talk, I am essentially talking outwardly into not just my belly, but the outside of my ribs, versus before I was doing this. Now, I've developed the voice control now, because I used to teach fitness classes, I talk a lot, that I have good control regardless of what you see here. But before, it was really hard for me to continue to pronounce and change the what you call it when talking, the changes in the sounds, with my belly out. So just like anything else that I've talked about in the past, whether it's barbell training, whether it's like squatting, lunging, and if it's a new movement or a new movement strategy, you have to practice. So this was really hard for me for about 5 to 7 days, but I was committed to learning, because I am predisposed to pelvic floor stiffness, and I got it. So I know you can too. So what I want you to just focus on first is paying attention to what your abdominals do when you are just talking and laughing. What's your belly do? Is it going in relative to the starting position, or is it coming out? And it's not just your belly. I should stop saying just your belly. You should also pay attention to your ribs as well. Then once you know where you're starting, then you can essentially do something different. And I don't expect you to get it down exactly how I have it down. It's just different. And then once you do it differently, I don't expect you to do it that way all the time. But start to incorporate it here and there. And then once you get it down, you can go back and forth between allowing your belly to come in versus out. And then maybe you can get a little bit more technical and do it a little bit differently with how you are projecting your voice. And then, so at first, let me just preface this. Your laugh might seem fake, but that's okay. You're gonna laugh at I'm shortening. You're gonna laugh at yourself for doing this, and that will help you practice more because you're gonna laugh more. I will tell you, it's easier for me to do this with talking or making noises than it is with laughing. Laughing, for whatever reason, is just, I think, just a little bit more of a tricky movement because it's fast versus talking. It's kind of like a marathon or a slow jog versus laughing. It's quick. And so give yourself some grace and give yourself some time for learning this. Anything else that I want to hit? This is a progression to the reverse Kegel. So if you've ever heard myself or any of my colleagues say, what we want you to do is the opposite of a Kegel. We want you to bear push like you're having a bowel movement, but your belly is going to go out. So that is step one. If you can't do that, I would work on that before you work on this. And of course, getting feedback from an expert in this is really essential. And then if you're brave and you have a little idea of what you're doing, you can check yourself, not only on your abdomen, the abdomen is the easy place, but also in your pelvic floor through layer 1, layer 2 with your thumb. Of course, make sure your hygiene practices are up to standard so that you don't predispose yourself to any unnecessary infections. I hope this was helpful, and I hope it was a little funny. I am totally serious. This really, really will make a difference. It's going to enhance what you're already doing so that you don't have to be in there stretching all the time or working on deep breathing. You're actually incorporating it into your life, and that is what it's all about. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, if you would like to get more awesome information like this that really can change your life, visit our website, www.momentoftruthpt.com. Follow us on Instagram, Moment of Truth PT, and then that will also show you the link for our healing space. Check out our yoga classes. That would be an awesome way to practice all this great stuff that you're learning. And also be in a space, if you have a quick question, one of us running through and you're like, hey, check out what I've been practicing. We'd love to see your progress. And feel free to shoot us an email, give us a call. We'd love to get you back in, get you closer to your goals, and have you not worry about your pelvic floor, but be excited about the next skill that you're going to learn. So see you next time.